What's up, beautiful people? If you have a planner that is beautiful, aesthetic, you are writing down your goals, your ideas, your thoughts, you sit down weekly and you are still getting things not done, you don't need another planner. You don't need new stickers. You don't need a new app. You need a clear system to actually execute the things that you write down to real life. So today I'm sharing what I think I'm going to call Beyond the Planner formula on how you can actually get done the things that you actually write down. And this is how we're going to do it. So I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to say it again. A planner is a tool. It is not the plan. You can write down your whole life step by step in anything. You can put it in a digital format. It's not the plan. It's just a tool. And I think so many people get stuck on the planner and they get stuck on the practice of having this routine where you write down what you're going to do. It's connected to your goals. I love talking about this on my channel, but if you don't actually execute, it really doesn't matter. So when we talk about Beyond the Planner formula, this is really what we mean. What matters this week? What do I realistically have the capacity for? When will I do it? And what will I do if life happens? Something gets in the way. How do I respond? When you go beyond the planner and you start thinking about those types of questions, then you don't treat productivity like a personality trait, because it really isn't. You start treating it like what it is, which is alignment. So first, most people do not struggle with planning or getting things done because they are lazy innately as a human being. That's just not really the truth. They struggle really because of one of these four reasons. Their plan ignores energy and health and where they are. The plan has no time assigned to it, i.e. time blocking. This is a big one. The plan is too big, too vague, not specific at all. And then finally, there's no reset for when something goes wrong. There's no way to leverage back in a point where if something doesn't go according to exactly the way you had it, there's really no way to get back into the flow of things. That one is devastating. So here's a formula that we're building today. And so we're going to call it 5 blocks, 5 pillars, 5 things, whatever. Basically, I'm assigning a name to the things that I already do. So we're going to be looking for balance. We're going to be looking for focus. We're going to be looking for how we block these things off, how we protect, and then more importantly, how we review. I'm going to walk you through each of these steps, each of these cycles, specifically how I do it and how it could work for you. So before you plan any task, you plan for stability. So we got to be stable before we take on anything. So I want you to think of 3 anchors that you need to be stable that you can really truly sustain. Let me give you some examples. A sleep routine, movement, meals, hydration, your spiritual practices, your journaling, your prayer, your Bible time, or your family connection time. Whatever these little anchors are that you gotta have so that you keep stable, we gotta start there. Because time and time again, we have beautiful plans, beautiful dreams, beautiful goals, and we start these things without the stability that's necessary. I'm not talking about perfection, but you do have to have stability. So figure out what your anchor is. And I want to emphasize this. These anchors are not extra. When you add something else, then it becomes a to-do. These anchors are meant to let you execute whatever plan it is that you have without sacrificing your health. So step 2 is going to be our focus. Look, you could do 27 things this week, 35 things tomorrow. We're going to focus. We're going to drill down. For those of you that are micromanagers, you're going to have to let some things go, and you're really going to have to narrow down and focus that you can really embrace and capture. So I'm going to try to throw something out there that's new that I've been trying, and I'm going to have you identify one weekly win. So a week from today, next Sunday night, how would you feel like if I was able to do this, that I would have won for the week? So you're just going to pick one weekly win. That's it. Now hold on to that because we're going to come back. And then you're going to have your 3 weekly to-dos, weekly tasks, but they should be aligned to your weekly win. So in this example, if your weekly win was I'm going to work out 4 times this week, then your 3 tasks should be I'm going to run on Monday, I'm going to do this on Tuesday, whatever your 4 days are that you're going to actually work out. They need to be aligned. I talk about this all the time when I talk about having a weekly preview, which always ties back to the goals. This is that exact same premise. I think though that by identifying a weekly win, I think that can help you celebrate and look forward to something and not be focused on 25 different things. I also want you to think about what are 2 life maintenance tasks that have to happen for the most part for my life not to fall apart. So your anchor, these are the things that you're going to have in place to keep stability with your health. Your maintenance tasks are these are the things that if this gets out of whack, then it's probably going to throw me off. I'm going to be honest with you. For me, my maintenance task is if I get into a situation from a maintenance perspective, I don't have like my clothes ready. I don't have my workout clothes ready, the clothes from the night. It just causes my whole day to just, I don't know. I know it's small, but for me, that's a maintenance task. Another maintenance task for me is I cannot operate when my office desk is all over the place. And right now, My office desk is all over the place. So this is just for you, but it's also for me. Those two things throw me off. That environment of just disorganization where my desk is not where I need to be, it just makes me not as productive, and I feel that way right now. So I promise you on Monday morning, baby, I have a meeting with myself, and the first order of business is to get that desk clear. And this is really important that you have this, because when you are able to weekly sit down and come up with these weekly wins or these maintenance tasks or priority tasks, what it does, it helps you know which direction you're going on in before the week even gets started. So you don't wake up on Monday morning trying to figure out what's the thing for this week. And more importantly, it's not being defined for you by someone else. Because I said time and time again, if everything's a priority, then nothing's a priority. All right, my next one, which my favorite one, is time blocking. I'm never gonna not talk about this. I have a whole video dedicated to this that I will put somewhere up here on the screen or down below. But y'all, you have got to do this. This is the missing step for so many people. They have their things they wanna do, they never assign a time to it. It's so powerful when you actually assign time to the task that you say you're gonna do. It's like a novel thought, like mind-blowing. And I say this all the time, time blocking isn't meant to be rigid. So I don't want you to think that you have to be like 10:11, I'm doing this. At 10:17, I'm doing this. It's meant to be a blueprint for what your day looks like. Now, what I will say is you're not gonna necessarily time block your weekly win unless it's a dedicated activity, but what you do absolutely have to time block throughout your week is your weekly priorities. So whatever those 3 things are that you said that you were gonna do that's going to help you get to that weekly win, you absolutely have to have a dedicated time, space, and the energy to do that when you say you are. And if you don't get to it when you say, then you've got to have some flexibility in your schedule where you'll be able to schedule it someplace else. Because if you don't get those 3 things done, then you're probably more than likely not going to achieve your weekly win. And if I could give you 2 tips for time blocking, I will always say to overcommit time. So if you think something's going to take 30 minutes, allocate 45 minutes. And my second tip is try to allocate your task when you have the energy to do them. So if working out is something that you really want to get done and you are not a morning person, don't put your workouts in the morning. Put them in later in the evening. If you are somebody that really thrives at work and your best thoughts are in the morning, then schedule your meetings in the morning. If you're somebody that is an afternoon person, schedule those heavy tasks where you're most productive and let your energy match your task as much as you can control. Step 4 is protect. Protect takes a little discipline, sis. You're going to have to dig in a little bit on this one, or bro. What I will say is this is where follow through happens, and you have to protect what follow through looks like. And I don't think we talk about this enough. We talk about what we're gonna do, but we don't talk about how we have to set ourselves up for success to actually do it. This is where protect comes in. What that looks like, it means exactly what it needs to mean. Whether it's putting your phone in another room so that you are not distracted, whether it's using one tab at a window at a time. Now, are you a multi-tab window person? I work with people that will have, I'm not kidding, 50, 60 tabs open at a time. If I have more than 7 tabs open, I just cannot imagine operating like that. But God bless y'all that do. It could be telling people around you, hey, look, I have a time where I need to focus, and it's this time specifically. I've mentioned this on my channel before, and I do have autonomy over my calendar in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of meetings I have to be at. But when I do have the ability to control my calendar, I schedule a meeting with myself. Remember earlier when I told you I need to clean my desk? I have an 8 a.m. meeting with Diaka. It's literally on my calendar. And most people that have worked with me know that I do that. I actually require everyone that works for me to actually have a weekly meeting with themselves as well. And if you are really somebody that just needs to get things out of your brain, make a not now list. Like a not now list is actually almost just as freeing as a to-do list. Try it. And the reason is because when your day gets thrown off, and I promise you will have days where this will absolutely happen, you need the ability to reset and do that quickly. And when you find yourself in that kind of situation, I always ask myself, Diaka, what is the one thing that I said I'm going to do that I can still get done if I can't get everything done? What can I move tomorrow without guilt? What can I schedule later on in the week? And then a lot of times I will stop and pause. What is the smallest step I need to do to reset? A lot of times, y'all, it's just getting out of the bed. And the last one is review. And this, I feel, is, I'm not gonna say the most important, but it's the most holding the mirror to the reality of where you are. So at the end of the day, you spend time going back over the things that you're gonna do. I do my time blocking in the evening because I review what I said I was gonna do. What are my 3 priority tasks I said I was gonna do? Did I get them done? What are the other things that maybe were not priority tasks that I said I was gonna do? Did I get those done? I have a rule, if I don't get something done in my planner, it gets highlighted and then it gets moved over to the next day or at a time in the week that's a little bit more appropriate. I rarely don't get something done on a Monday and move it over to Thursday. I usually just move it to the next day. And there are times where I have moved something over to the next day, It has happened. And then you have to have your end of the week review, which is your weekly preview. It is the staple of how I really organize my life. My weekly previews and my time blocking each and every day are how I stay into reality. This is how I don't let things fall between the cracks. This is also how sometimes I realize that maybe something that was a priority really isn't a priority when real life comes into place. So let's recap this formula real quick. Even though I know me, I've put some notes on the screen. So the first thing is we're always going to look for balance. So that's where we're going to have our anchor activities to make sure that we are in a healthy place to get things done. Next, we're going to focus on the few. We are not going to be all over the place having 25 things to do. We're going to have our weekly win, and then we're going to have our 3 priority tasks to support that. Number 3, time block. We going to block for what matters. If you are not a time blocker, I promise, just give it a try and see how much more productive you truly can get. You may not get everything done, but I promise you will get more done. Number 4, we're going to protect. We got to have our boundaries. We got to have our rest, and we got to have a way to reset when we get off track. And then finally, the last one is our review. This is where we step back and we really make a decision about the things that we said we were going to do, and then we review, reflect, we move on. We don't carry guilt. So that is how I get things done. It is not always 100%, but I do, and I mean this, y'all. I get most things done most days. I just do. But it's been trial and error over the years, and I really feel like that this is the things that I do. I just named them for this video for you, but I really think that if you can really step back, get quiet, there's no better time than to reset than to me on a Sunday. But wherever you're watching this video, just try some of these techniques and practices. Comment down below on something that you are currently doing that helps you stay organized, or something that you heard in today's video that will help you. And if you need help on time blocking, watch this next video because it will walk you through step by step. I will see y'all later and in the next video.